All right, YouTube, what's going on? This is the Neo Digital Podcast, and my name is Denonu, and I'm here with my co-host.
Jolly, what's up, y'all? Also known as Terrence D.
And with this video here, we're going to be doing a death battle of, let me see, King Mickey versus Yoda.
Kang Mickey. Gotta say it with the A-N-G, Kang Mickey.
Kang Mickey.
Kang Mickey.
So, I know I haven't watched this one because I know it's just, I'm more into the comic book stuff, but have you seen this, Jelly?
But I know both of the characters extremely well. Kang Mickey comes from Kingdom Hearts, and he is a beast. So he is a beast.
Okay, so it's the character that.
Let me explain something to you. So as you play as Sora, right, this little weak ass human child. So as you play, the cool thing about it is that you know how in some games is like it's like when you die you just restart, or if you want to continue. In this one, they give you 4 different chances. Well, more than 4 chances. So like the 4 chances is when you die the first time, there's a 99% chance. Well, I'm sorry, 100% chance that King Mickey will show up, and what he does is that he fights the bad guy while you try to regain your strength to get up.
Okay.
So that's what's so dope about it. And when you play as you play as him, so he'll show up and he's like, "Get up, Sora!" And he's like you play as King Mickey, and he is flipping around doing Yoda-esque. Like he is fast, he is strong. And I don't think he does magic like you can, but he
doesn't need it.
He's a beast, and he'll beat the beast, he'll beat whatever enemy's ass long enough for your character to regain some health, strength, and power points to be able to continue.
So you don't actually die in the game and have to restart.
So that way, if you're playing a versus an enemy, and usually a match against an enemy would take maybe 20 minutes depending on how strong you are. So if you're 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, King Mickey will show up, so that way you can continue the fight without the monster losing more. Gaining more health, or you having to restart that all over. But every time after that, the chances of King Mickey showing up decreases. So then after the second time, it's a 75% chance, then a 50% chance, and a 25% chance, and then after that point forward, it's a 9.9% chance that he will show up.
Okay, so it's like a way of it's a way of the game developers making it so that you don't have to get the defeat in there. You didn't lose. You're just continuing the fight to keep going.
Yeah, so depending on how strong you are, it's better for you not to die. So that way, towards the end of the game, you can use King Mickey.
Oh, so it's throughout the game if you die.
It's throughout the whole game.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just that fight. Okay.
That makes sense. The whole game is like that. But see, again, the game's 40 hours long, so the percentage goes down, especially if you're fighting Sephiroth, because Sephiroth isn't a main villain. He's one of those side characters, and he is the strongest character in the game. He's doing meteor showers, all kind of shit. He has two different gauges, and then when you defeat him, he has another transformation when the wing sprouts. It's hella hard. So if you have King Mickey during that fight, that's where it's at, because that's a 30-minute battle straight up.
Yeah, I remembered it with what was it, part 1 or maybe part 2, where you had to fight him with the gladiatorial arena, and hell with that fight, man. But let me play this death battle here, and we can see if this fight's gonna be any good.
Yoda, the legendary Jedi Master of Star Wars.
Well, got that.
And King
Low
Mickey, His Highness of Disney Castle from Kingdom Hearts.
These two
I'm expecting some Disney BS in here, so I'm gonna lean to be well, Mickey's gonna win. But I don't know. I mean, you got the Force in there, so that can be some BS with that. But Disney versus Star Wars, so I'm leaning towards Mickey Mouse. They're probably just gonna give it to him.
I'm actually leaning more towards Yoda, because he has the Force. Mickey doesn't have that.
Master he is. Yoda, his name.
You're not gonna keep doing that, are you?
Tell me what to do. You cannot.
Okay, the mysterious Grand Master Yoda devoted his life to the ways of the Force and to leading the Jedi Order, a group of noble peacekeepers. They took it upon themselves to
That show
maintain
was
a
pretty
state of
good.
tranquility in
Well,
the
it became
galaxy.
good over
Don't be
time.
fooled by all that talk of
Yeah, I think I
peace.
watched
They're
a
like
few seasons of it, but I never
samurai.
finished it.
Jedi consistently take
I
on
stopped
hordes
watching
of
it before it
baddies by
became good.
themselves, and they've been
I've been
doing it
watching
for
I've been
centuries,
watching that
way
Bad
before the
Bunch.
start of the Galactic Republic.
It's been, I
At
guess,
which
the
point, the
spin-off
Jedi
movie of
became
it
much more
with the
entangled
clone
in,
soldiers.
let's just say,
That's kind
government
of
affairs.
I'm not feeling that,
That's
but
what the space wizards were missing.
I watched it anyway.
Politics.
The Jedi Council began weighing in on various matters
Space
to both
wizards.
protect democracy and avoid
What it
violent
is.
conflicts.
Them fucking
It's-
Jedi's
it's-
did
it's-
shit, dog.
it's all a religious dispute. That's what Star Wars is.
Wait.
It was also
When
an awesome miniseries
when
by
when
Genndy
Chewbacca
Tartakovsky.
was eating the
And it
chicken,
was a horrific-
and you
Remember
could
the Porg on that front. The Clone Wars
Oh, that was in the movie. Yeah, he went ate it.
Lucas kinda screwed
he was like,
the
he was
Porg
like,
on that
ah, shit.
Yeah, he put it down because they were like,
front. The
That's
Clone
messed
Wars
up,
wasn't
dog.
just a fantastic series by George Lucas and Dave Filoni. It was also an awesome miniseries by Genndy Tartakovsky.
Yeah, that anime
it
was
was
dope,
a
too.
horrific war that wiped out the Jedi, erased the Republic, and saw the rise of the Empire.
Sure, that too. Spoilers, man.
As the Jedi Grand Master, Yoda led the Grand Army of the Republic, a military force almost entirely comprised of clones, aka disposable people.
Man, that gets really messed up if you think about it too long. So I won't.
Despite his small, frail appearance, Yoda could absolutely hold his own in combat. In fact, he's considered one of the most powerful Jedi of his era.
He's trained all the greats like Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, and even Liam Neeson. Where do you think he got that particular set of skills from?
All of Yoda's 900 years of experience.
I'm not gonna lie, I would watch that movie if they made a movie with Qui-Gon just go and take it on somebody with a lightsaber.
Bro.
Like, oh, I would love that.
Yes, bro.
Certainly came in handy, like when he battled Count Dooku and Darth
Like if they made a
Sidious,
movie
two of
about
the
his
most powerful
prequel days
Sith lords
before he
ever
became
known.
wise and
Jedi
calm,
and
like he
Sith
was just
usually
going around
come with
killing
a
everybody for the Jedi.
lightsaber, a badass weapon for a more badass age. They're pretty versatile too, with 7 different forms of combat styles. And don't think Yoda's gonna miss out on all that laser sword swinging. He's mastered all 7 styles.
One-on-one duels, defensive styles, enhanced physical strength and speed, enhanced physical power, balance, offensive, defensive techniques, aggression, adapts previous styles for dual wielding. Yeah, okay.
Even
What
though he's
can he
only
do?
2 feet high. Hell, most lightsabers are taller than he is.
Which is
Yeah.
why he specializes in the 4th form, Ataru. This style focuses on utilizing the Force to increase a Jedi's capabilities, allowing them to attack at blurring speeds with incredible precision.
Basically, you get
he can
enveloped in the
flip around
Force.
Like a ninja frog.
Mm.
Wait,
like
is he
a
actually Kermit?
armor.
This does still mean Yoda has a sort of handicap in physical combat, as his stature requires him to use the Force far more than most opponents just to keep up. While the
Meaning
Force
he'll get
is
tired.
beyond the body and seemingly infinite, too much effort all at once can put a strain on a person and even kill
Hold
them.
on, pause this shit.
However,
Like, look at
Yoda
this
is-
force body. So it increases your body, force spirit, healing, Jedi mind tricks, precognition. So that means that you
He can
should
perceive
be
the
able,
future.
perceive the future in a little bit of time. Telekinesis, telepathy, a thought shield, so that way you can block any psychic attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the last one is. Two dimensions.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never heard of that.
I don't know.
Maybe they'll
A
explain it.
master of the Force, potentially more so than any other Jedi. He has moved starships with his mind and lifted hundreds of droids at once.
He can also use mind tricks, illusions, and a technique called 2 to minus. That's when Jedi block or catch and redirect energy, like lightning, blaster bolts, or even other lightsabers.
Go all
It's safe to
Avatar on
say
it.
that Yoda greatly prefers using the
Yo,
Force
hold
in
on,
combat
pause that
over
shit.
his-
What the hell? I've never seen that. I've never seen that
lightsaber.
shit.
What that? That was
Fucking
from
a damn lightsaber, bro.
yeah, that was the MMO Star Wars game, Knights of the Old Republic. That was the
Fuck out of here.
you've never seen any videos of that?
I've never seen that shit, dog.
We're gonna react to that. We're
Get
gonna
the
react to
hell
that.
out of here. I'm sorry. That's stupid. That's stupid.
It may
That's-
be, but it
that's-
looks
I almost
it looks
said the
awesome.
R word. It looks awesome. I've almost said the R word. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Because okay, fine, you block you block beams of light, but that doesn't block the heat.
yeah,
coming
it should
off
still
the
burn
ball.
your hand. It'd be like Dresden in the book when he put up his shield that blocks
Exactly.
the energy, but like it still melted his fucking hand.
Exactly. So stupid. All right.
Yeah. But that's all it was. It was like, look, we got to make something look cool.
Because
I mean, it would have been.
You never see anybody block any like fucking laser beams, but except for like the very last one when he stopped a laser beam. So that's kind of like telekinesis. But that does
It would have made more sense if she stopped the lightsaber from. I'm not doing like the porno animation, but but it's like it would make more sense if she stopped it instead of, I guess, diffusing it, because you can't really diffuse it, or like, let's say if you saw the beam mushroom out and like dispel it, like you're splitting it up, that would make more sense than just, oh yeah, let me just hold my hand up and stop it.
It's safe to say that,
but yeah, we need to react to that if you've never seen it.
Never seen it.
Looks, it's like a whole 15-20 minute fight.
Laser swords and toss it away. You totally have permission to kill me.
Interesting, dummy. Just let me see your hand.
My hand? Ow.
Okay, now place your finger there.
A soul contract? What?
Jeez, Marshall would never make me do something like this.
What's it? No.
Who's Marshall?
Huh? Oh, the DBX Ringmaster guy. That's his real name. We were roommates in college. He's helping me track down my dad because he's my best bud.
Oh.
Did you just sign it, you idiot?
Yeah, he did.
Or you just.
What
wow.
the hell was that?
Finally, I won't be the only one.
Wait, what just happened?
Anyway,
Well, that won't be the only one.
Much more than a lightsaber. Kip Duron, a Jedi whose potential has been compared to Yoda, utilized it to move a gravity well-generated void. Basically, a
moving black hole
ship to strike the right balance of pressure in order to move a
man.
singularity.
The Force be doing some dumb shit.
You would need to exert an energy output equivalent to almost 14 petatons of TNT.
Damn, that's a lot of
They're
zeros.
also super fast. They've blocked
Wait, he didn't say
blaster
black hole, he
bolts,
said
of course, but they can
singularity.
also keep up with droid
What a black hole
Tri-Fighters
is.
and Magna Guards, which both are clearly stated to have near light speed
Gravity well.
reflexes. Holy crap, who's building these things?
Furthermore, Jedi can use the Force to glimpse into the distant future through meditation. They can even allow the Force to guide their movements and predict danger in advance. Needless to say, all of these incredible feats would be impossible without the Force.
But with powers like that and a dash of political meddling, it was only a
I
matter of
remember
time
that
before
fight
these peacekeepers
with
became soldiers,
Anakin
even
and
generals.
what's his face when they was spinning the sword.
Yoda
Turns
actually
out they was
chose to
using
engage
their
rising
future
Separatist
sight
threat
to
with an
see
army
which
of
way
his
they was
own,
gonna strike, and they
personally
ended
kicking
up
off
just
the Clone
clashing
Wars
swords
himself.
because they
Too bad
couldn't
it
come up
was,
to
as the
like
Fishman
how to
says,
hit this
a
dude.
trap.
Yeah.
War took a sour
That's what
turn,
would
and
happen
the
if you have
demise
two
of the
featured
Jedi
people fighting. It
became
would just be a
all but
draw
assured.
because
By the time
he
they
can
put
see
the
what you're gonna
pieces
do,
together,
and
it was
you
too
can see
late.
what he's gonna
The
do.
Order
So
fell into darkness.
More like brutally
unless you
murdered
do
in
it
the
enough
darkness.
times to where like one of them tires and then they get hit or
Away.
something like
They
that.
were so committed to talking about peace, but at the same time, they're like really good at killing people.
Why do peacekeepers need to be so specifically trained in murder? So uncivilized.
Just in case you gotta
Get
murder
over
somebody to
yourself. If
keep the
you had a
peace.
lightsaber,
Duh.
You'd want to use it as much as you could too.
Though the Jedi Order under Yoda did seem somewhat hypocritical, he would come to realize his follies, like
Yep.
the Council's sanctimonious excuses for betraying students like Ahsoka when they were needed most.
They ripped out our sweet Padawan rat tail, you assholes! But yeah, he finally figured out wars not make one great. Especially if you're a tiny green muppet.
Haunted by his mistakes and perturbed by the violence he helped bring upon the galaxy, Yoda
Enjoy
went
Dagobah.
into self-imposed exile. He even gave up his lightsaber, and finally, he would train one last apprentice, Luke Skywalker.
The
Yoda
apprentice,
taught
like
Luke everything he could before finally becoming
Right, the
one
best
with the
one.
Force, gaining immortality as
Did
a
he,
spooky
though?
blue spirit, just like
Did he?
Obi-Wan and Liam Neeson.
And Luke, he went on to reverse many of the mistakes of Jedi's past, ending the Empire, redeeming his father, bringing balance to the Force, and inspiring a new, different generation. In the end,
Oh,
let's
his
not talk
greatest
about that.
lesson of all was
Yeah.
that oftentimes failure
That didn't happen.
is our
That's not
greatest
canon.
teacher.
That is why you fail.
Steamboat
Mickey
Willie.
Mouse, Disney's OG OC. You know him as a cute corporate mascot that hangs out with other cute animals and lives a pretty normal domestic life. But did you know he's also an insanely powerful warrior mage that fights darkness to save the Disney universe alongside a young boy and his good old duck and dog buddies? Not that dog, the other one.
Ah, yes, welcome to the world of Kingdom Hearts, a collection of worlds where Kingdom Hearts is the heart of the worlds and the source of ultimate wisdom
Story
and
is
power
so
across
good
all
and so
kingdoms
convoluted.
and
My goodness, dog.
worlds.
You know, my
That opening
So-
theme is so
Kingdom Hearts
good.
is
Like
how
I'm mad they not
straightforward
playing
it
it
is.
right now.
My favorite part is how it's ruled
Love
by
that
that
song.
92-year-old
And everything that
mouse
chick
wizard.
sings, by the way.
Yep, there he isn't just Mickey, he's King Mickey, the ruler of Disney
King
Castle
Mickey.
and the leader of the Guardians of Light, a group of
Michael
Keyblade wielders
Theodore?
who combat darkness.
I didn't even know he had a
Mickey
name
and
like
the
that.
other
I just thought it was
guardians,
just Mickey.
like Sora, remember him? Protect the worlds using magic and powerful weapons known as Keyblades.
Those things are the real deal. They can perform a whole bunch of spells, deflect lasers, and even unlock almost anything. Get it? Because they're keys. Mickey swung a lot of keys around, but his current and best is his star cluster.
The king underwent rigorous training as an apprentice to the great sorcerer Yen Sid.
Yeah,
After some
Yen Sid.
incidents involving a few too many brooms, he eventually became a sorcerer and Keyblade master himself.
Keyblades are basically like wands that can channel the user's magic for spells like Pearl, Mind Shield, and Faith.
Oh, he
Blowing,
did
which
have
are all
magic.
based on
I
light energy
fucking
magic.
forgot
He can
that.
also heal himself and others with Curaga and Healing Light. And that's honestly still just the tip of the iceberg.
That's what brings you back when he
Spell,
does
can
the.
freeze time for the length of an entire
The
battle.
healing light.
Damn.
Then there's Mickey's most powerful and most legendary spell, Ultima, which is basically a
Yeah,
massive,
shit.
devastating
Ultima
release
Summon.
of all of Mickey's light magic at once.
I forgot. Like I was thinking about playing as
These
Mickey,
spells do
not
require a lot of
the.
magic energy to use,
Watch
which is
seeing him
also
do stuff.
limited to
Yeah,
Mickey's
the
own
cinematic
energy.
stuff.
Also, he does need the Keyblade to channel it. There's not much the mouse can do without his Keyblade, except for be a cute and cuddly.
Oh, there you go.
mascot.
That might be how he
Even
loses.
if he does lose it, Mickey can immediately summon the Keyblade
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
his hand.
That's what I just said.
Let me try.
Still don't matter. He still
Looks
has to
if
like
you really
get
want another
energy.
beer, just go get one. Oh my god, it worked!
No, it was just me.
Well, Keyblades can also be used to lock worlds and doors in order to keep out Heartless, which are corrupted beings split from the darkness of a person's heart with a desire to consume.
Wait a second, Wiz. Pluto is a dog, but so is Goofy. But Goofy gets to walk around and fight with Sora and Donald, and Pluto just
He's
eats
enslaving
and
his own
sleeps
kind.
like a normal dog. This must mean that Pluto is Goofy's Heartless.
Do you have a concussion?
Oh, always. On top of all of his advanced magic, Mickey's mega tough. When Heartless stack up, they can form a huge mass and take the shape of a giant twister called a Demon Tower. And Mickey's tanked a couple beatings from him.
He's also
Yeah,
survived
but
this
Heartless aren't
huge
that strong.
explosion from when the Keyblade was destroyed.
Yeah, it means the X-Blade. It's just pronounced like Keyblade, even though it's just one Keyblade. The series is so confusing.
Most
Yeah.
Keyblades are capable of equally incredible feats. Sora could slice through several buildings with his Keyblade, and Mickey's rescued him on more than one occasion. Which makes sense, he's the leader after all, and can match any of them in power.
But Sora's no joke. He went up against Hercules, a demigod that launched a 1,600-ton rock titan into space. But that's nothing compared to his dad, Zeus. That guy can move stars, and not even he can compete with the foes that Mickey's tangling with.
The Guardians of Light and their Keyblades are immensely strong, but they also have great speed
Shit.
to match. Roxas's heart was able to move far above the speed of light in order to travel across galaxies, from the Radiant Garden back to the Keyblade Graveyard in a matter of seconds.
What?
And like any great ruler,
What?
Mickey's also remained a constant pillar of hope for all, even during some of the darkest times.
And with the help of his friends, the king was able to bring the darkness to an end and stop Xehanort, a Keyblade master hell-bent on getting the power of Kingdom Hearts.
While Sora battled Xehanort, Mickey and the rest of the Guardians finally closed Kingdom Hearts for good, preventing the power from falling into the wrong hands.
That mouse had it all figured out. The real key to saving the world is your friends. If each one of them also has a super powerful magic sword, that's also a key.
Despite his long journey, King Mickey never wavered and led the way with his optimism, perseverance, and most important of all,
His
the
money.
light inside.
Now, Sora, let's close this door for
What's
good.
inside his pockets?
There will always be a door to the light.
Damn, dog. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, the combatants are
I'm
See,
still gonna
now-
give it to Mickey.
data through all
Yeah.
possibilities.
But
Now I
first,
feel like
if
giving
you
it to
want some
Mickey.
extra force in the sack,
like-
try
like-
out Blue Chew.
So here's the thing: it's like Mickey Mouse has to go through telekinesis. He has to go through the Force. Mickey can tire, right? Yoda can tire too, but he can do a lot of shit. Like he moved a fucking starship and like if he can move a singularity,
Yeah.
that's strong. That's way stronger than like slashing a fucking building in half or
Yeah.
fighting a demigod thing. It's like how strong are those in comparison to moving something that has a gravity well that light can't escape?
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like if Yoda can do that, then then Mickey Mouse shouldn't even be able to like get in close enough to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does an ultimate attack, that means Yoda should just be able to hold up his hand and block that shit.
Mm-hmm. Or surround it with the force to make it so it can't do anything, or compress it, or something. Yeah.
I mean, if they showed all that stuff, then if they showed all that stuff that other ones can do, and he's the greatest of his time, then that means he can do all the previous stuff too, included. So that means he can block Mickey's attacks, his magic attacks. He has future sight, so he can tell what Mickey's going to do before he does it. Yep. So that means even if he did like an ultimate attack, he could just avoid it because he knows it's coming. You got the force. He has the super speed. I don't know if he's faster than Mickey Mouse. If they talk about how Mickey Mouse can how he
fly across the galaxy and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think he would be faster than that, but
yeah. But even then, future sight, future sight. That's all you
doesn't
need.
matter. That's all. Yeah, that's really all you need. I mean, the only reason I think they're gonna give it to Mickey is because of Disney and the legacy and all that stuff. They may just throw in some bullshit that he might have because of that, but who knows? I mean, I still think that given everything that they showed Mickey can do in Kingdom Hearts, it's like I don't see how Yoda can really defeat that. But then again, it all
course of a long battle.
Yeah, but the Force has known to do some reality bending stuff, like including time travel and a whole bunch of other stuff. So
and bringing yourself back from the dead, apparently,
and keeping yourself from dying, just willing yourself, like, oh, I didn't die. I'm just gonna hold my body parts together. Regenerating
yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to do the camera thing too.
Yeah, I'm about to.
All right.
It's difficult to find. You are a king. You must be.
And to challenge me, you must be a master.
Looks great. I will say that.
It does. Nice.
If you say so.
My first duel. This is not.
Huh, you could have fooled me.
No, he wouldn't have got hit by that.
Future sight.
Future sight.
That size matters not.
But I guess they're gonna say he thinks far into the future, but that doesn't mean he can avoid it because of his speed or something like that. They'll say something like that.
Or like he can only do the future sight if he's meditating or something.
Hit that blow with his stick.
Gave him that Luke treatment.
Oh, he's whack. Kill that old man.
The path to victory. This is not the Force. I must trust.
There we go.
Thank you. I was about to say, are you giving up right now? What's still on him? It's gonna make Mickey tired.
You sure are strong, but it's time to end this tussle.
See, I still think Mickey's gonna win because they're showing all of this stuff that Yoda can do, and Mickey's gonna probably clinch it at the end with something.
Bro.
The power of the Force. You have not.
See, as soon as they say some shit like that,
yeah, you know he's gonna win.
And there's his ultimate attack.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Get him. Oh, man.
I like how I got the Kingdom Hearts music playing in the background.
Right. There it is.
What a shame. What happened?
Worry, do not. One with the Force, I am.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
What happened to the gravity
Brain
well?
rascal,
What happened to that
a
shit?
troll to the bitter end.
Guess it don't matter.
I love it.
The Grand Master Yoda was one of the most powerful Jedi of all time, but the Force was ultimately no match for the light.
Yoda's gotta be one of the best sword fighters Mickey's ever faced, and definitely gave him a run for his money.
While Jedi have battled foes with near light speed reactions, a Keyblade Guardian like Mickey could move several times faster. In order for Roxas to travel
it's
across
how
at least 4 star
how fast
systems,
he is.
he'd need to be moving almost 170 million times faster than light.
They've also rubbed shoulders with guys like Hercules and Zeus, who moved whole stars. There are hundreds of celestial bodies there. The energy needed to move that
That doesn't
many
mean
is
anything
way more
compared to
than
what
would
Mickey
be
can do.
needed to move a black hole.
And while Yoda doesn't have much of an obvious weakness himself, the problem is neither does King Mickey. At least nothing that Yoda could really take advantage of.
Even if Yoda could figure out that King Mickey had a limited amount of magic energy to cast spells with, there wasn't much Yoda could do before it would start to replenish.
And the Force isn't exactly limitless either. Too much strain has been proven to put a lot of stress on the body and even kill some Jedi in the past. These two were certainly a match for each other in many ways, but the King's superior speed, power, and magic meant he had the last laugh. Well, sort of.
Sorry, Yoda, but MICKEYMOUR.
The Force, it should be limitless, actually. He had to sing a song like that.
I know it.
Next week.
All right, so I'm like straight up.
Right now by clicking one of those
So here's something I didn't like about that.
Mm-hmm.
They showed the Force doing too much stuff. So I'll give it to you on the speed part, because I even saw that. Like if he's traveling from place to place, within seconds, then yeah, he's super fast. Future Sight wouldn't work on that. But if you talk about Hercules and his being able to move stars, what does that have to do with Mickey Mouse being able to move a star? He can't.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, he can't. Even though he can fight Titans. Those are physical beings, right? That he can hit, take down, stuff like that. Shit, Sora can take down stuff like that because he's a child. So the comparison in strength, Heartless aren't really that strong to begin with, physically. So if you got somebody over here like a Yoda being able to move singularities, black holes, stuff that you shouldn't be able to move in the first place, I don't see how Mickey could really take that, because are you saying that his ultimate attack is stronger than a singularity? They
never mentioned how strong the ultimate attack was, if it could be even quantified based on how you see it in the game.
Never mentioned it. So it's that's really iffy for me. And then they didn't even show what was up with that whole him splitting into 7 different forms of himself and shooting that beam. I'm talking about Yoda now. It's
I know what you mean.
How did he? What was that clone attack? Where did that come from? You didn't even explain any of that shit. I don't remember that in any canon thing or any maybe Star Wars universe thing.
Maybe they pulled it from a book or something.
Maybe.
I don't know, but
gotta show that shit. Where did that come from? Because that doesn't make any sense. Now you're just pulling shit out your ass. And then if you're gonna show them blocking a lightsaber, something that should be however many times the temperature of the sun or some shit like that, where it can melt through things and that kind of stuff. If you can block a lightsaber with your bare hand or using the Force, then you should be able to one, block the ultimate attack and use the Force to also push back the ultimate attack because of the singularity thing. So
or at least contain it with your telekinesis if it's that strong to collapse a black hole. Come on now.
Yeah, there's been other stuff, and the whole cop out of saying that you've had other other Jedis dying or being exhausted from using the Force. One, you have a fucking baby Yoda that moved that rhino thing. It's that's not the same. That's somebody who just started using the Force. Of course they're gonna get tired. And then you have Luke Skywalker who died using the Force. It's
that wasn't even is that why he died? Because they just kind of just showed it. So
no, that's apparently that's supposed to be why he died. He used all of his energy, all of his life energy and the Force to project himself to a fight across the universe. And I guess it was a physical fight too, because they clashed beams and shit. So it was how did that happen?
Yeah.
Again, using faulty logic based off of stuff that we've already seen, that most of the stuff wouldn't have even happened in the first place. It's like, this is Yoda we're talking about. He's still better than Luke Skywalker, bro. Like, this is Yoda. Like, as strong as Luke was, Luke wasn't really that strong. Yeah. Like, if you compare the two, Luke as a fighter was not that strong. Yeah, he fought Vader, but how strong was Vader when he was all fucked up with robotics and shit? And even Vader still beat Luke multiple times. And all he did was like, Dad, Father, don't kill me. And
he had a change of heart. That's what beat Vader, not necessarily him overpowering him.
Exactly. So it's like, Luke wasn't that damn strong to begin with. So it's like,
he was stronger if you count the books and stuff. But if you're going on by just the movies and what they showed and told you, he was just a regular Jedi. I mean, hell, Mace Windu could have probably beat him.
I still got to give it to Yoda on this one. It's like, it just, like, unless you explain the whole singularity thing, you have to tell me, or at least explain how much stronger the Ultima attack was. Because I can see speed. And you, like, Mickey wore his ass out with, like, him not being able to catch up with him, but, like, you didn't show that. So
yeah, that's what I was saying. Is I figured they were gonna do something like that where they were just gonna give it to him, and I'm not mad at him because I don't really like either of the characters all that much. But it's like, if you're gonna have Mickey in there, that's like, I'm gonna assume they're gonna give it to him because Yoda
fan service.
It's Yoda has been shown to not necessarily be beaten, but he has been shown to fight people and get pushed back. Whereas King Mickey, a lot of the times in Kingdom Hearts, I haven't played the last game, so I don't like all the other stuff he was doing. I haven't shown or haven't seen.
He gets tired. But he doesn't.
But he's like that unbeatable character. He's like that god tier character that you have in that game. From, because I remember playing 1 and 2. I didn't play 3, but it's like, if you have a character like that, and even since Disney had a hand in making that game, they never showed him getting beaten. So
I mean, I'm more of a fan of Kang Mickey. My bad. I'm more of a fan of Kang Mickey than I am of Yoda. But at the same time, like, just judging off of what you showed me, I still give it to Yoda more than I would give it to Kang Mickey, because it's like, the Force is strong as shit. Like, the Force is a really strong thing.
It's infinite. I don't know what they talking about. The Force is not infinite. Like, no, the Force is just like the universe. It's like, it's made from it. It's like a piece of reality that you're warping every time you go to use it.
Well, I think they meant like the person that's using it can't use it.
They can only access it so much before they die or give out.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with Mickey Mouse too, though. It's like once Mickey Mouse, like, he has to fight to get his energy back. But if he runs out of energy, which he was doing, he was running out of spells. If Yoda was able to avoid the Ultima attack, then that means he would have been out of energy, which would allow Yoda to get the best of Mickey, because he has future sight. And they didn't even talk about that. They didn't even do that in the fight.
Yep.
They didn't do the future sight.
I figured that when he put down his lightsaber, they were going to have like a meditating moment where he was going to see what Mickey was going to do and all that stuff. It's like, why even show all of the stuff he's capable of if you're not going to use it? Yeah. But I don't know.
That's upsetting. Well, anyway, that's it. What did you guys think? Like, leave us a comment below. Like, who did you think should have won that? Leave that in the comments, because I want to know your opinion. I still think Yoda should have won that shit. But hey, whatever. What do I know? I'm just somebody who thinks about logic as opposed to fantasy.
All right, YouTube. We'll see you in the next one. Later.